New Year's resolutions for white people, these are things we can all collectively work on. Number one, let's stop pretending that we can't pronounce people's ethnic names and really try hard to learn how to pronounce them because it's really not that difficult. If you can pronounce Worcestershire,
A lot of people can't pronounce Worcestershire. I can't Worcestershire. And it's just such a weird thing to get upset about. How are you possibly going to learn all of the foreign names from all of the countries around the world? We're talking about, Eastern European, Russian, Ukrainian. You're talking about Asian. You're talking about South American. There's so many different languages. It's impossible.
number two, let's try our best to unlearn AAVE if we've been using it and relearn WAVE, White American Vernacular English. I promise you it's wonderful. For example, instead of saying bet, you could say okie dokie. Instead of saying BFFR, you could say what in tarnation. Instead of saying per, you can say totally. And let's not forget whatever major loser.
What in the world is she talking about? Okie dokie. How is that? Never mind.
Also, don't say ghetto or ratchet. Usually, this is a euphemism for white people just to mean black people.
Actually, ghetto is an Italian word, as it comes from. Well, it's not an Italian word, but a word per se from the motherland, but it is a word that came into by Italian Americans coming to the U.S. But anyway,
And they're usually saying something negative. Number three, stop using fetishizing language when you are dating people of color. For example, stop calling people exotic. Again, people use exotic as a euphemism for non-white people, and it's very otherizing and very dehumanizing. Stop comparing people to food. So stop saying, I like chocolate men or I like caramel women. It's like, stop saying, I've never tried a blank before. Just approach people normally. Just be like,
the fact that she's using all of these motion with her hands, I feel offended by it because I feel like she's appropriating Italian culture actually. When she's like, "Oi, oh, hai capito? Just stop, okay? Act more white. You need to just stand there. Hai capito? Okie dokie."
hey, I think you're cute. What do you do for fun? You don't have to do all that other stuff. It's not a compliment. Number four, stop hoarding wealth. Redistribute your wealth. If you can afford 20 Bath and Body Works candles or every shade of Hydro Flask, you can afford to Venmo your black friends.
Venmo your black friends.
Number five, stop perpetuating colorism. It can have dangerous consequences. This is things such as equating darker skin to masculinity and strength and saying, oh, I like dark skin because they're more masculine or whatever. And then like saying, oh, light skinned dudes are more feminine. This is bad because it can lead to things like misogynoir.
Misogynoir. I love that. I love that word. I'm sorry.
It can lead to things like darker skinned black people not getting as much pain medication because it's believed that they're more tough. Like there's just a lot that's wrong with it. And
So it's funny is all of these things like the pain medication and believed to be tough are all stereotypes that we have against men too. It's not really only about black men, it's about men in general. But she specifically avoids talking about all of that, the biggest discrimination against men in general. No, 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 no. Let's not talk about that. Let's specify, let's make it about these things. And what's so ridiculous is that she is this young college kid white girl that somehow has taken on all of this white guilt and is trying to like educate people from a point of view that she has no experience from. Let black people advocate for themselves. Put a black person on there. Let them talk about their experience. Let them talk about the things that annoy them. Who are you to tell me that black people are annoyed by this, this, and this, and I should stop doing this stuff because it's offensive to black people when you're not black, you're not a minority, you're none of these things. You're just regurgitating what another white lady or white dude has told you in your race and gender studies class. You're not actually speaking to people in those communities, because when you do, you realize that 90% of the stuff you're saying is total BS, except maybe the Venmo, your black friends. I know if I asked any black people if they agree with that, I'm sure they would back that one up. Just the absurdity of the entire thing is reaching a level that it's almost like it's amazing. It's not satire. Like, you have to catch yourself and you're like, what's going on? You're so woke. You are so, she has some eyes wide open. Boom, she's woke 2.0. So that video, like, about the trans woman says men fear her power with the popcorn, and I did the video. Remember, I didn't say a thing that was bad, not a word, no profanity, nothing. I just gave my explanation as to why men look away from her, right? That video got banned. Like, they got deleted. It gave me a strike on almost every single platform that I posted it on, because it was said it was bullying, even though I didn't say anything negative. Just disagreeing or giving an explanation to, really, it was her attack, because she was saying men do this because they're this, and I just gave an explanation as to why we did. Banned everywhere. Almost got my accounts banned. That's what the level is. That's why it's damaging. Okay, because it's not like, she has her opinion, whatever. I can't make a video rebutting that and post it everywhere, because it will get me banned. Because hers is the only opinion that is valued, and her speech is the only speech that is protected on these platforms. And if you don't see something that's wrong with that, sure, I get it. Private companies, they do what they want. But these companies aren't just private companies. They're controlling the media. They're controlling news. Everything comes through here now. Young people, they're not watching the news on TV anymore. They're getting their news from social media. And so if you're censoring social media, you have control over the narrative in general, and you can shape people's minds and the way they think. That's what's scary. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to drag this on, but that's my 2 cents. All right, thank you guys for watching. As always, buy red, sell green. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss a video. They got that bell, whatever situation. And thank you guys. Really, I really appreciate you guys watching. It motivates me to keep doing it. Thank you.